Hello and welcome back to Need for Speed Unbound. Today we are going to be looking at an A Plus and an S-Class build for the Ford Mustang GT Convertible. So without further ado, for the A Plus build, the engine we will be using is the 7.2 liter V8. The parts, we need the Sport Induction, the Basic ECU, the Sport Fuel System, the Super Exhaust, the Super Screw Supercharger with Pro Nitrous, Elite Road Suspension, Super Brakes, Elite Grip Tires, Elite Clutch, the Sport 5-speed gearbox with the Elite Differential, and I have Super Nitrous Grip and Super Nitrous Drift. The handling on this thing is 45% grip, steering sensitivity all the way up, downforce in the middle, and drift entry is set to brake tap. And with all of that, that will give us a top speed of 164 miles per hour, a 0 to 60 of 3.3, and a quarter mile of 11.2. Without further ado, let's go hit the streets and race some people. Alright, so here we are on Drifter's Delight to test this one out. This one's a race I very commonly am in multiplayer. And you can see this car, not bad off the line. It has pretty good acceleration too, and it drifts these corners really nice. I'm already starting to put some separation between me and Harlow in second. And this car, I mean, it has good top speed. Alright. In A+, the top speed's a little lacking. So if you're doing a sprint race, you're not going to win with 164 miles per hour. But for the rest of the courses, it's going to just do it. I mean, 164 is plenty for anything that's not a top speed race. But it handles real well. I'm already over 200 yards between me and Harlow in second. It has really good acceleration. It feels fairly well planted to the ground, which is surprising given it's a rear wheel drive muscle car in this game, especially considering Criterion seem to just ignore muscle cars and not make many of them very good at all. I do feel this is a very viable build in A+ for multiplayer. It's just a matter of if you actually want to do it or not. It handles these corners really well, drifting around them. It doesn't feel like the rear end wants to slide out on me too much, or that it wants to do like a 180 when I drift them. It seems like it's holding onto the ground really well and doing exactly what I would want it to do going around these corners versus doing what it wants to do. So here we come down the stretch. We are over 700 yards between me and second place. So I put some pretty good distance between me and everybody else. Oh, I love it when my game glitches on PC. Alright, so that's the A+ build. I think it's a really solid A+ build. It's one I'm definitely going to look into building myself for multiplayer. Let's go check out that S-Class build and see how that one performs. Okay, so for the S-Class build, the engine we are going to be using is the 2.0 liter inline-4 hybrid engine. And the parts we are going to need are the Pro Induction, the Super ECU, the Pro Fuel System, Super Exhaust, the oh-so-super Screw Supercharger, the Pro Nitrous, and then of course Elite Road Suspension, Super Brakes, Elite Grip Tires, the Elite Clutch, the Sport 5-speed gearbox, the Elite Differential, and then the usual right here. So the handling on this can stay the same, which is the 45% grip. Actually, you can take this one up to 60% grip. And then steering sensitivity high, downforce in the middle, and brake tap for drift entry. So that all said, it will give us a top speed of 198 miles per hour, a 0 to 60 of 3 seconds, and a quarter mile of 10.6. Let's go hop into a race. Alright, here we are in rapid transit. Let's get the launch going. And off the line, it really isn't that bad. I'm already catching up, if not about to pass people. Well, I mean, obviously I'm passing people. What I meant was about to pass Lyric and take over first place, which is always a plus. That was my bad driving there. So I didn't do horrible going through that corner, but I didn't do great either. And now there's some cops here to try and mess me up. Or maybe help me out with that little bit of burst nos they gave me. That was nice. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. So for the most part, it wants to stay planted. It's just, if you start getting it loose, then it's going to want to be loose. But you can see I saved it. I corrected it. I made it work for me instead of against me. And now we're going to go down this little stretch right here where it's accelerating pretty nicely. I've had cars definitely go faster down that stretch, but I also didn't use all of what was left of my nitrous, so that doesn't help. There we go. I took this a little bit better this time than I did the last, so that's nice. That's more how I would normally take that corner. I don't know why these cops really just want to get involved so badly. Why they want to get hurt so bad, because they're not going to catch me. I mean, holding 174 down this stretch isn't bad at all. I should have saved that NOS for that burst nitrous for when I got into the dirt. But that was my mistake. Now all we have to do is not get into this dirt so that happens. Because I knew that would happen as soon as I got into that dirt. If you get into dirt, it will get loose. I mean, that's just how the cars are. That was my bad, and now everybody's going to catch up because of rubber banding and my screw up. Otherwise, I was just killing it. Yeah, I see you, Patrol. Okay, I was going to be upset there for a second because I didn't think I was going to get burst nitrous. But it gave it to me, like it should, going through that corner. Well, at least I got a few guys lined up to get that off of. So that'll help. That one mess up I had probably cost me about 3 seconds, maybe more, for the end of this race. Come on. Give me a little bit. There we go. So now we're just going to gun it and see what we end up with. So 190 with the full nitrous going down that stretch. That's pretty good. What was my final time for that though? My final time was 3:04. So if that wreck cost me 3 or 4 seconds, it would have been about 3 seconds. So probably not the fastest build on this course, but it still feels solid. It still feels good. I think you can win quite a few races with it. Let me see if there's another S-Class race out there to see if it does any differently or not. Alright, so here we are on the Fishhook. Let me get this launch. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so still off the line, not bad. It's not like they're pulling super far away from me super quick. I'm catching them right now. And there we go. I'm past them now. And putting some distance. That got a little, that was a little slidey right there. It got that little bit of air and it landed and it wanted to get a little loose there, to be honest. For the most part though, it doesn't ever really want to see itself break loose. It's just if you make it break loose usually. Man, I have put some distance between us. And yes, I'm getting close to my top speed, but it's about to not matter because of this corner right here. Oops. Yeah, you're a funny cop, aren't you? Funny guy. Funny like a clown. Let's see, over 400 and climbing. And we're coming up to the sharp corner. Ooh, I almost over drifted that. For some reason I decided to use the handbrake to go along with my drift there. I always feel like you need way more on that corner than you do. That was actually funny. I don't think I've ever heard that line before. So around here there's a little leave the grounder right there. I mean, this thing feels solid, and looking at the speed it's taken through here, it seems like it is a good car. I mean, this really does feel like it would be a good car for multiplayer. It handles mostly how you would expect it to. It doesn't really seem to do anything crazy. And it gets through its speed fairly quickly. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to use this car. Unless you just hate Mustangs, which, hey, I totally get it. There's lots of cars I don't like. Yeah, and I actually, you know, hit the top speed going down the final straightaway there. So, yeah. I really do think this is a viable car for A+ and S-Class. So, if you haven't, buy it, build it, use it. You'll win some. You'll also probably lose some, but you'll win a lot. That's going to do it for me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, leave some comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.